How's it going, everybody? This is your Lord Byron, and today I am back with another very amazing video, and yet again it's a very unique video. So today I'm gonna be presenting you top 7 forgotten anime characters of One Piece. So without any further ado, let's just get straight into that shit. So at number 7 on this list, it's gonna be Monet. Monet's death was really disappointing for me to see, because I just really felt that potential of character development that she deserved. So allow me to quickly break down Monet's character for you guys, okay? She was one of the Doflamingo's pawns, and in fact a very useful one at that. And at first she gave an impression of that neutral thing of kind of like a laid-back personality with calm temper, and she was portrayed as one of those girls who really thinks on and decides and does stuff on her own decision and on her own set of choices. So she was portrayed intellectual, intelligent in research and development, and in fact she played a very major role in giving a big helping hand to Caesar, and probably also indirectly to Doflamingo in the creation of Smiles. Now her intelligence was shown by, when she was battling Zoro, and she was completely aware of the fact that Zoro can literally defeat her or maybe cut down and beat down her in just a second or maybe a fraction of a second. But still she fought back and with bravely, so in order that the poisonous gas could reach Zoro and Tashiki and maybe consume them and poison them to death. That was her primary motive, and pretty loyal, I must say. And in the end, when Smoker was able to finally kick Caesar's ass one-on-one after when Luffy and the others were able to escape the poisonous gas, and there was a scene that Caesar actually stabbed the heart, thinking that it was a Smoker's heart, but in fact little did he knew it was actually Monet's heart. And so still a lot of fans think that Monet died because of the explosion, that she detonated the whole facility. No, she died because Caesar literally stabbed her heart under some sort of misunderstanding. But before being killed, she called Doflamingo about all that has happened. So he angrily ordered her, Monet, just go fuck yourself up, blow that shithole facility and take everybody along with you. And I literally was surprised, and I really felt bad for her in this regard. But instead she replied with, young master, you are truly deserving to be the pirate king. And she hung up the phone and blew the whole facility. She's definitely could have been ended up as being one of the Straw Hats, because she had this neutral personality to her. And I personally think that if she was still alive, then she would be trying to achieve that kind of goal, to actually make a nakama and loyalty, because she was also loyal to some shitty ass person as Doflamingo and Caesar. But who knows, there's still a possibilities that, Uda Sensei can play all of us in the end, or maybe in midway of the story, and just bring back Monad just fucking out of nowhere. It can still happen, guys, so watch out. On number 6 on this list, it's gonna be that random snake lady from the Kuja Pirates.
Lord Byron, what was her name again? I cannot remember exactly.
You are completely pathetic. Her name is Margaret. God damn it, don't ever forget that, okay? So that random snake lady Margaret, she needed a girly shirt for Luffy, but seriously guys, she has a name, and that's Margaret. So learn that name, okay? So basically we all remember the Kuja Pirates arc before the time skip. If you pay close attention, Margaret was specifically getting more screen time, with the exception of Boa Hancock, obviously. So what I mean is that whatever Luffy did, whether say when he suddenly stood up from the dining table, and everybody thought that he was gonna do something, but at that moment Margaret's reaction and her facial expressions was more focused. So similarly, when Luffy set off to impel down And when he actually was finally leaving the Kuja island, hiding in Boa Hancock's cloak, Margaret chased him down and asked him that is he gonna ever return. So the point is that, guys, it has some significance and a sort of unclear chemistry between these two people. So I personally think she might be playing a fairly significant role in the future. Another thing that you could just tell that Margaret is actually trying to get Luffy's attention, different opportunities to interact with him. After the time skip, her curiosity was visible to Luffy, and that scene right there, guys, Luffy saving her from wild beast, this was put in this place for a reason by Uda Sensei and by Toei Animations. So probably she's gonna be playing a very major role in the future, guys. So be prepared, and I already warned you, and we all know how unpredictable Uda can actually be. So at number 5, it's gonna be ᗯᗩ. Now ᗯᗩ was ranked 3rd in the popularity poll back in Alabasta arc. As the series progressed, the Straw Hats pirates started with Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and then a little bit later, Sanji also joined the crew. I bet when the Arlong Park arc was going on, everybody thought that the next crew member was gonna be Nami's sister, okay? But no, it was not gonna happen. And everybody was disappointed because that huge void of just having a one female character in the Straw Hat Pirates, everybody felt that, you know, I know, yes. So even for temporarily, ᗯᗩ filled up that spot, and actually she wrote because she wanted to get a help from Straw Hat and Luffy in general to actually help resolve the issues in her kingdom. Even if that meant temporarily, but she joined the crew, and everybody felt happy that finally, man, it's other than Nami, there's finally another girl in the crew. But don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not saying that Nico Robin is not good, but I'm saying that ᗯᗩ is also very good at her place, at her side of the story, because ᗯᗩ, I personally think, is irreplaceable, and on the other hand, I also think that Robin could never be actually replaced. But the thing that I'm trying to make here is that Reverie arc is approaching us immediately after Sanji's arc. So I personally think that she would be playing a major role in the upcoming arcs, or possibly may end up joining the crew. So we gotta be lookout, and we just can't rule out the possibility that ᗯᗩ might actually end up joining the crew. Who knows? At number 4, it's gonna be Mr. 3, the Candle Man. Mr. 3, another character from Alabasta arc made on this list, guys. A lot of you guys might think that he will not be making an appearance ever again in the series, but let's just take a moment to analyze his significance before jumping to the conclusions. He first made an appearance in Gardens of Flowers and pretty much gave a tough time to Luffy's crew. He first played his cards in making the two great warriors fight together. Then later on in the series, he made his second debut in Impel Down arc. In this situation, he made a significant role that was to free Ace from his handcuff chains because he was on the executioner's platform, and you know, Sea Prison Storm, they just don't open up on their own, guys. So Vex Fruit powers came in handy yet again. And he also even helped Marco the Phoenix, you know, the 1st Division commander of Whitebeard Pirates, to actually get rid of the Sea Prism Stone that he was also cuffed in. And I personally think that if Mr. 3, the Vex man guy, does not make an appearance later in the series, then it would be actually a completely utter waste of such handy powers, because the Sea Prison Stones are still gonna be able to contain you no matter how strong you are. So he's gonna be making at number 4 on this list. Before I get to the number 3rd part, can you guess the character?
I literally have no idea about it, Lord Byron.
Yeah, I'm right, you are literally pathetic. So at number 3, it's gonna be Mr. 2. Yup, guess you didn't saw that coming. Mr. 2, the man who once was the enemy of the Straw Hats, had his epic memorable battle of perverts with Sanji.
Lord Byron, you know, you didn't have to bring that up again.
Shut up. And then later, in order to let Luffy's ship escape from Commander Hina, he acted as a decoy, and at that moment, every One Piece fan was just shocked by so sudden change of hearts. And I'll be honest guys, even I didn't saw that coming. For such a long time, everybody was under the impression that Mr. 2 was clearly dead, because we clearly saw his ship sinking, he was outnumbered, and plus he charged straight at Hina. Everybody presumed he may not come back, but guess what guys, he indeed made it back, and he was first shown in the Impel Down arc, and yet again he also managed to play a very significant role in Luffy's escape from the Impel Down. And I don't even need to remind you that how much he has done for Luffy. He even defended Luffy against all those nasty wolves in level 5. Freezing minus 30 degrees centigrade temperature guys. Literally barely naked, ignoring his own injuries and fatigue, he kept on dragging his friend and finally was able to get treated by the hands of Ivankov. He even managed to finally sacrifice himself yet again for Luffy. He turned himself into a clone of Magellan and actually ordered himself and stayed back at the Impel Down arc that literally the hell of every guy out there in One Piece. He stayed back, he allowed his friends to escape and opened the gates of justice. Before parting their own ways guys, they finally, Luffy and Mr. 2 managed to get their final talk one-on-one, and in which case, you know, Mr. 2 replied that sad conversation by saying this: Mugiwara, this is not the end, our friendship is eternal and we will meet again. To which Luffy replied with tears in his eyes, I am looking forward to it, I will never forget you, old friend. This guy has literally the highest chances of getting actually back in the series. So it's gonna be making number 4th on this list. So finally at number 2, it is gonna be the Hall of Fame guys for number 2, and obviously gonna be number 1st Hall of Fame. And at number 2, it's gonna be, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, ᗯᗩ/NL.
Lord Byron, why do you keep doing this to me? Why do you have to bring ᗯᗩ? He literally has nothing to do with the forgotten characters, Lord Byron.
Think before you speak, Mr. Popo, and first listen me guys, and you're not gonna regret it. So getting back to the topic, ᗯᗩ, the same guy by whose hand very crucial information was revealed, like mantra, also known as Haki. And also first time ever the devil fruit types specifically was mentioned by saying ᗯᗩ said, oh, a damn paramecia type, how can he outdo me? You know, paramecia type, back in those days, nobody had the idea of what the fuck he was talking about. But now we know. So, after Crocodile, possibly his devil fruit awakening, thunder falling down from the skies before it was even a thing. He had his own awakening. I personally think, because he made his lightning powers one with the mother nature, his surroundings. So you can call it the awakening guys for now. The fact that if ᗯᗩ was on the land, he could easily have 500 million berries bounties officially mentioned by Oda himself. A lot of people don't know this yet, but he had a manga featured him only that he went all the way up to the moon to find more about his ancestors. Furthermore, the manga reflects his change of hearts, like he literally tried saving someone beside himself. So I mean, in my opinion, a lot of has happened in his part of character development. Furthermore, his origin story reveals that he belonged to his birthplace. He literally destroyed his own homeland. He even managed to get his hands on such a rare type Logia devil fruit, the Rumble fruit. Analyzing all that stuff, it literally presents a lot of questions, like for example, why did he even destroy his homeland? Did he descended on earth in order to find his devil fruit, or he got his hands on Skypiea? If so, then how many even devil fruits are exclusive to Skypiea? I mean, it would be the first time ever that it would be mentioned that Skypiea has its own set of devil fruits, and it literally has. So where does it, and how he was able to get his hands on? So guys, definitely he's gonna be making at number 2 on this list. At number 1, guys, the moment you've all been waiting for. We all saw that coming if you looked at the thumbnail. Let's hear it. In 3, 2, 1. ◯◩Lucy. The Man of Steel in One Piece. One of the most intense fights in the history of One Piece. Seriously, man, you just can't stop giving him the respect for giving us the fight that he gave to Luffy. One of the most intense fights yet again. He was one of those foes that Luffy not only had to fight physically but also mentally, because both of their perspective of seeing the worlds clash like hell, and pretty much Rob was actually trying to impose his vision on Luffy, and Luffy was trying to impose his way of doing things on ◯Lucy. So it was pretty fun to watch, and it was also full of action, as you all may know that. And to even further expand upon that, ◯Lucy has this distinct feel to him, like Blackbeard symbolizes insanity, power, greed. Then similarly, ◯Lucy also symbolizes intelligence, cold-blooded, mystical, and kind of like this agent stuff, and he's pretty good at it. So if you all may not know that, he was briefly shown in the manga and also in the anime wearing a mask, and the shot was taken in this way that ◯Lucy was wearing the mask, and his pigeon was there sitting on his left shoulder as far as I can remember, and probably yes, it signifies that he is definitely ◯Lucy, that guy behind the mask. And little did we all knew, he managed to ascend to all the way to CP9 to all the way to CP0, the same organization that works directly under the Celestial Dragons. Not even the Gurusi, not even the Admiral, just straight fucking to the Celestial Dragons. Celestial Dragon, they tell them shit to do, and there is it, guys. They take orders directly from them. There's no in-between link, and as we can all tell, he is one of the most significant characters in One Piece history, and probably in the future also. So yeah, this concludes the list, guys. So did you like my list? If so, then please give it a big thumbs up to the video, subscribe to my channel, and if, by the way, if you're wondering that what kind of sound was playing, then you can just hear it in the upcoming next 40 seconds, because it's just a bad habit of mine of leaving songs playing blankly in the last 40 minutes of the video, so you can hear it that. This concludes our video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any suggestions regarding any kind of anime or any kind of video idea, feel free to drop a nice little comment in the comment section below. And as always, this is Lord Byron. I'm gonna be signing out, and here comes the music.